It's sometimes described as one of the silent struggles of cancer, hair loss. For some, it's like losing a piece of their identity. But thanks to one woman, she's helping them regain something that was once lost. And joining us to talk all about it is Danielle Grillo. She's the owner of Transitions Hair Solutions. Good morning to you. You're based out of New Jersey, but you work with a lot of clients here in the DC region. Welcome to DC.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. This is so fascinating. As I was reading more about you, you're now using 3D technology to create these one-of-a-kind pieces for people who really, really want and need them.
Yes, we do it for people that are having cancer hair loss, as well as all different forms of hair loss, whether it's from hereditary or a scarring alopecia from a radiation treatment or something like that. So we are able to help a range of people. With the 3D technology that's behind it, what happens is we actually take the measurements of the client. It has to be very precise measurements of their area of loss or thinning. And then what happens, we choose the actual scalp color, the actual hair density, the strand density, the wave, the texture. Is it coarse? Is it fine? And then we send all of that information to the factory, that CR lab in Italy. And what happens there, they take our actual mold and it's read by a 3D printer, and an actual head form of the client is printed out. So this is how all of that works. Everything comes together with the measurements. This is what is actually printed from the 3D printer. And you can see for this person in particular who has scarring alopecia, see how it's the actual, this is her actual head. Wow. So the pieces then, it started to be made by them actually painting it on. So it's made on the head. So that's why it has such a secure fit, because of the 3D printing technology behind it.
So before 3D technology came into play, it must have been quite a bit of a different process for you to get these done.
Well, this in particular, this is the only company that actually is using this technology in our industry right now. So prior to that, we would use traditional pieces and wigs, which this is very different from that. Because of the 3D printing, the fit of it is amazing. So it sits so flush to the head, whether someone has hair or doesn't have hair. It can be worn and not have to have the head shaved underneath to have something adhered with the medical adhesive. So for example, if it is someone that was going through any kind of cancer hair loss and they were expecting their hair to return, they could wear the piece. Even when their hair started to come back, they could still have the piece applied because they don't have to remove their hair.
What's the response when you are able to finally, after that long process, hand over that piece?
The response, usually it's amazing. They cry, but they're tears of joy. But a lot of people say, like, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe this is what I used to look like," or "This is my old hair," or they'll say.
Right, and are you finding? I was curious. Are you finding that the patients want to recreate their old look, or do they want something new?
It's almost split down the middle.
All over the board.
Because there's some people that are saying, "Oh, I don't want, I want to look exactly the same. I don't want anyone to know that I'm sick, or I don't want anyone to know I have any hair loss." Then there's other people, they'll say, "I want to go red, I want to change it up a little bit," because they want to go the complete opposite of what they had.
A whole new look.
So it kind of goes both ways. It depends on each individual, what their personality is.
Wow, and you've been doing this for 20 years.
Yeah, just a little bit over, yeah.
Yeah, and how can people reach out to you?
We'd love to help anybody with any questions they have about it, or if someone needs some help.
How long does it take to get
From
this
the
done?
time that we do the measurements for it to be done completely, it's usually a 12-week process. But when it comes to, if it's something for a cancer hair loss, it's more of a time-sensitive issue. We can work with the factory on that, and we get something done a little bit faster.
And I'm just curious, how did you even get into something like this?
Well, I got into the hair replacement 20 plus years ago because I was a stylist, and I just wanted to. I felt I wanted to do something a little bit more, and then so I researched it. I started working with somebody, and the rest is history. I just it just went more and more and more. Just found out any bit of education I possibly could, and it's just something I'm extremely passionate about. This is
Must be super rewarding, right, at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
having
having
Danielle.
me.
Okay, time now is